Hey there guys, welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel. So today we find ourselves at Newcastle International Airport, my favourite airport, let's be honest. You can't actually make it out from here, but it does say Newcastle over there. Fortunately, we've got an ANA 737, it must be being delivered or something. You can see we are here in the Orbit Airlines A310. Freaking love Orbit. It was the OG airline for me, because I started really doing flight sim seriously in the FSX days. Got a LATAM over there for some reason, but we'll gloss over that. What we're going to do is we're just going to ferry this aircraft down to Manchester. For roleplay reasons, we'll say it's come in on one of the sort of the long hauls overnight, and we're going to be flying it down to Manchester. So I'm just going to put us onto APE on the ground. So this is a study level representation of the A310 by INI simulations. What we'll do is we're just going to set ourselves to nav mode on the IRSs. And we'll do aircraft. Okay, flight details. Fair enough. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to set this ready for takeoff, just because I want the guys going quite quickly. But we'll do activate, which means we'll have everything aligned and stuff, and then we'll just really quickly do the our route. So we'll do flight plan mode. No, Inish mode. Okay, so this is basically just Airbus logic. Cool. EGNT / EGCC zap alternate EGBB zap cruise flight level 160 zap flight ID OBT orbit 125 X-ray. Cruise winds, we don't know those, but it's not going to be a massive difference on this sortie. We're going to depart by the SID. We're going to go to runway 25 and then a girly 1 Yankee. Insert. And then from girly we'll go. Okay, now I'm going to go return, and just type POL, Paul Hill, zap, and then because I'm not aware, we'll do our star from there. But what we'll do is we'll put flight level 160 in the box, because we'll just climb straight out to that. There we go. Now, have they left us enough fuel for the flight? I have to do our Inish. So is this an option on this? No, it's not. Sorry, I'm just. Menu is what I want. FMS is what I want. Okay, got you. Takeoff approach. So we'll just do. Right. Sorry, I'm just literally. This is my first time flying this thing, as you can tell. So cool. So do runway conditions. 230 at 10. So yeah, perfect. I don't know my aircraft weight. How do I get the aircraft weight in? I should be able to thingy that. No, apparently not. Okay. Gross weight 219.7. So what we'll do is we'll type in 219 no 219.7. Calculate. Huh. So try 219.7. Okay, runway length 7500. Runway heading 248. altimeter 1013. It's basically sea level, so you know we can weight below aircraft empty weight 219.7 zap. One 012 zap zap. Okay, so we're just going to say that's not working at the moment because it should be, because that's the details for Newcastle in broad numbers. What we'll do is we'll say rotate speed so V1 145. And V2 155. This thing stops incredibly fast, so that's fine. So we'll set our climb away speed as 160 knots. There we go. So the aircraft's now ready to go places. So what we shall do is just go to the external camera and watch ourselves get pushed out. Oh, we've got the A320 coming behind us. So we'll do Shift P2. So get the tug on the front. No. There we go. We'll listen to CTF for now. Oh Jesus. So this thing rolls on out of power. Oh dear God, no. There we go. I need to rebind those because that's an interesting issue there. There we go, so I can now go, we're now being pushed. And I'll just go to do that. Can arm our speed brakes, flaps are set correctly. I don't actually think you arm speed brakes on this, do you? You might. That's very unsafe what we're doing now, pushing out with him there. What we'll do is just grab that screenshot there. There we go. Anyway, not bad. 8 minutes in, we're getting ready to go places. So I think it's going to be a turnout from ourselves because I don't think we're going to get pushed here. No, we're not. We'll give it one chance to push us. No, the turn would have started already. So we'll just go Shift P. Just hold it on the toe brakes. Wait for him to get nice and clear. And then we'll do our turn away. Please leave, thank you. So we'll just do basically do a 270 degree turn out, turn away. So interestingly, you can see we're turning so tight at the moment that the left wingtip on the inside is actually being pushed backwards. So it just shows that even though the aircraft's one solid object, the direction something travels in can change, and the speed. So if you look, the outside wingtip's obviously moving forward to turn, and the inside wingtip's moving backwards. And the tail's largely just moving sideways. So what we'll do is we'll just flip the throttle slightly. There we go. yeah, this is obviously Newcastle itself here that we are taxiing past. So you got the tower over there, the main terminal over on the left hand side, on the right hand side, sorry. Got some aircraft that are getting ready to go places, which is cool. That bus isn't going to stop, is it? No, it is. I know someone used to work as airport security. They ended up getting drafted to drive one of those things. Yeah, apparently they are interesting to drive. There we go. Got a screenshot from the taxi out. I'm going to go internal camera now. Actually, do more of a... I'm going to wait for this annoys me. Wow. There we go, and go internal camera now. So yeah, there you go. See, I mean, yeah, we are 292 feet, I believe, is the airfield elevation. So it's like 293. It's about correct. But yeah, you know, we're near enough for all intents and purposes at the correct level, you know, so yeah. So we can do that, we'll do that for now. That all gets left the way it is. I've sort of vaguely flown one of these ages and ages ago, so that's why I'm like, I've got a vague idea what I'm doing here. That's about all I've got, so yeah. Landing elevation, it's about 300 feet, because Manchester, it's not that high off the ground. In theory, I should just have that these turned off and just this turned on for now. So I'll just do that. There you have it. So yeah, we're going to just taxi to the end, then spin around and just do a straight departure. We're doing like 25 knots, which is about the maximum speed you want to be doing really on the taxi out. We are an empty aircraft as well, so it's worth just remembering that we are going to be pretty sprightly to get out of here. What I'll do whilst we're doing, as part of our takeoff preparation, departure drink. Our departure relentless, opened, check. What I'm actually going to do is set my heading bug to 248 degrees. And then also just nav mode because, yeah. So we're going to stop here, position hold, and I'm going to go knock my landing lights on, come on, those lights on. Looking out, nothing on the approach. Let's go places. So I'll just taxi on, and I'm going to go straight for departure. Oh, shit sticks. So my reverser should not be unlocked. This appears to be about idle power here, to be fair and square. So what I'll do is... we'll pretend that landing light definitely isn't there. We'll land upon the centre, that beacon light, so that we can see. It's just a red flashing out of a car or something. Full power, that's 80 knots, cross-checked. Whoa, gonna get carried over. V1, rotate. Tap the tail brakes. Landing gear up. We'll go IAS climb. No, apparently that's not a thing anymore on this aircraft. So just put motor throttle on. So we'll go for about 15 degrees nose up pitch. Let's look out the side just to admire our climb out here. I think we are at the point of a level off anyway here. But what we'll do is just go level change profile. So actually profile. And then I'll go autopilot 1. So we are gear up. Flaps up. Jesus, this thing's quick. There we go. Look how fast we accelerated and cleaned up our act. So anyway, we'll do our take-off checks before we start admiring the Northumberland scenery again. So I'll go landing lights off, wing lights, sorry, taxi lights off, wing lights off. Got no crew on board, so we don't need to worry about that. Auto brakes released itself. Flying this SID, we're going incredibly fast because the aircraft can't manage itself. No, it just wants to be in that power band apparently. So to do level change, I'm just going to set my speed to 240 knots because that's the correct speed below 10,000 feet in the UK. I mean, we are incredibly light, so we're just going to go up like a rocket if I do that, but still. How cool is that? Sun always shines above the clouds. Got Newcastle down there, St James's Park football ground. Alright, I wanted to give myself the chance here to have a little look for the charts here. Navigaph charts, there we go. Hopefully it remembers my password because I can't remember what it should be. There we go. So what we'll do is I'm just going to do my little search. So we are currently over the top of Stanley, for those of you wondering. And I'm going to just do a search for EGCC. I'll put my charts up for the arrival there. $10,000-foot runways there, perfect. That'll be low application of stuff. We'll do our approach, don't know, styles. What we could actually do is do a Tilney 1 mic. It's actually going to be a slight change to us. So we'll do our approach now since we are cleaned up, the autopilot's in control. So I'll do flight plan. And I'm going to approach, so we'll do a star. We'll do a Tilney 1 mic onto an ILS 5 right approach. It is 5 right, isn't it? So I'm going eastbound. Yes, so it'll be ILS 5 right. We'll talk about the ILS approach more as we get closer, but we'll do that. We'll do that, and then I'm going to go ahead and do clear. Clear. No, apparently we're just not doing it. Oh dear God. Star. I'll do it this way. No, got to do it this way. Tilney 1 mic. Zap, zap, insert, zap. We'll do that. We'll do... I'm sorry! Shut up! Got a pilot on. Nav mode on. So there we go. We're just continuing literally straight line. Perfection. So, looking at my chart for the arrival, we've got to pass Tilney at 25,000 feet. Well, we're not going to get up that high. And it's Rossen by a maximum of flight level 070, and then vectoring for the arrival from there. So, I'm just going to, we'll just stay level at 16,000 for now. I might as well just advance up to 280 because, you know, why not? And then, yeah. Right, Gasco is fine. Like I said, I've got ages to get anything at 7,000 feet should not be easy. I'm just going to have a little look at this. So the actual, the preferences and the setups here are really interesting. So actually, I think that's probably inaccurate as to our weight. Yeah. Live. Oh, that's not too bad. We're 216,607, which is about right, to be honest. We probably burnt about £3,000 in that departure. But yeah, not bad. So yeah, we'll probably land with a slight tailwind component, but it'll be fun to land on the weird runway at Manchester. They actually, I think we're landing on the runway we're landing on the runway they try and land you on. Because at Manchester you've got two parallel runways. Yeah, no, hell, which one are we going on? We're going 5 right, so on the eastbound on the right hand side, so you're landing on the runway they try and land you on. If you go to Manchester, they try and land you on, basically they've got two runways, and one of them you can land on, but it's only got a turnaround point at the end. So obviously you've got to land, taxi at the end, turn around, taxi back. So it's massively reduced capacity compared to the one that we're going to land on, where you just turn off and go to parking. So yeah. So Begam, Gasco were fine. Like I say, it's yeah. So I'll probably do the turn at Settle, and we'll drop down at Settle onto the arrival from there, and then yeah, we'll start a descent at Settle. That's still 20 miles. That's more than enough time to get down to 7,000 and 230 knots. But we'll so slow us down probably on the leg between Begam and Settle. So you can see we've got we've got 250 knot speed limit there, and then we'll drop down. So just have a little look at the external again of this aircraft. So I can't believe this aircraft's free. This is really good. I love this model. It's a great representation of what's a fairly niche aircraft, I admit, but it's still just absolutely amazing. I love it. You can't actually. Oh no, I think I'm actually the lighting conditions, because you can obviously see the windows like reflections outside. That's really my main thing against this thing, to be fair. But overall, it's really cool. We are burning a lot of fuel the way we are at the moment, but yeah, it's fine. Absolutely great. We've got 40,000 pounds of gas, more than enough to, get us where we're going. So we'll do our auto brakes to low. Can't set that yet, interestingly. Medium, can I set? No, I can't set anything. Fun. I mean, we'll just use like idle reverse when we start. It's a massive runway at Manchester. It's one of those things. I use the joke. We're paying for the full runway. We might as well use it, right? Like, yeah. I've got the yeah, I've got some model train video, model train video to do, model train video to edit up after I land actually. So yeah, it's not been a good day. So I'm sorry about that. What I'll do actually, I'm going to set profile mode again. No, I'm not. We'll just do 250 knots, there you go. And just coast to 250. But yeah, so we're going to coast to 250 for now. Yeah, I mean, we're well early. We're 13 miles early for the slowdown. Like I said, I'm doing stuff on ballparks here, but yeah, we'll get our train radar on. Because I know obviously we are going to be dropping down over the Pennines, so it's always worth just bearing in mind, especially when I can just about see the ground, but not really, so I'd rather have the train radar on. How amazing does this game look? Like, yeah. We are just going to be skimming the bottom layer of the clouds. Really dangerous place to be if we were in VFR conditions, but yeah. So I'm just going to... Yeah, so like I say, what we'll do is we'll drop our altitude down from settle again. Since we're in altitude hold mode, I can start scrolling us down to 7,000. I'm going to land about 150-ish knots, I think, just for safety. I mean, yeah, so actually VAPP 127 knots. We'll put a wind correction on that at 5 knots, but I'm going to still 132. I'm going to land 140 just for my own comfort here. We can go 2020. There you go. 145 knots landing speed. Perfect. Speed brakes are armed at the moment. Perfect. Throttle, we can leave that where it is. Suppose next thing to do really would be to get our nav radio set up for the arrival, but they're not done down here, it would seem. So what we can do is, yeah, not on there, so it'll be done on here. No, it'll be done up here. No? I'm just being confused now. Whereabouts do you do navrads on this thing? For an ILS approach? That's VHF com. That is transponder, which should be TAR, right? Oops. ADF. There you go. That's how you do it. So we are at Manchester, doing the approach onto runway 5 right. It is going to be... Yeah, it's the runway you land on. Perfect. Yes, so, yeah. It's always the right hand as you land on the left hand you take off from. Cool, noted. So basically, yeah, the runway we land on, it's going to be a roll at the end anyway, so that's absolutely perfect. It's 111.55 that we want on here. Apparently, I can't edit that. Oh no, there it is. 111.55. And then a course of 052 degrees. Just scroll that up. There we go. So our ILS radio is pre-configured. I'm going to go ILS for Captain's... Well, actually, no. Captain's nav mode's going to stay on nav for now. But I will enable ILS as we get closer to the approach point. We've just done the turn to settle, so I'll do my profile descent. No, I'll do a level change descent at 250 knots. Should be absolutely fine. We'll just literally idle the throttle and dive, dive, dive. Absolutely wonderful, this aeroplane. It's interesting. Obviously, I'm used to the A320 and stuff, and I can feel the A320 in here, but I can also see a lot of the earlier clunkiness of this, and it's interesting to contend with, shall we say. It's got a lot of light switches down there. I wonder, is my... If I do takeoff approach, no, my MDA's here. That's cool. So we'll do 7. Hang on, what's the MDA for this approach? So we're a Cat D aircraft. We've got Cat 3 ability. So decision height. Sorry, I'm just. So it's about 200 feet. So I'm going to go about 750 feet because I want to shoot a visual approach into here anyway. There we go. So straight in ILS. 700 feet. Yeah, that's the circle to land approach rule, so that's fine. We'll use 700 feet as our MDA, which is going to be about sort of final approach. Oh damn it! No. Oh, I'm using manual mode anyway, so that's fine. Now I've got my Navigraph charts up. So do you guys see those when I put those on the screen? No, you don't. That's a shame. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show them, so I won't. But they are really handy. It's quite cool as well when you look away from the charts for a bit to look at your actual flight on a map. Oh, that's cool. It's actually showing where we are on the chart. So hang on, if I go to a SID flight, do that one, and then say track us on here. Yeah, that's really cool. So it's actually showing where we are in relation to everything, and it shows us as being far closer to Russ than I'd like us to be. But that's fine. What I'll do, just so that we can follow the rules here, we'll go air brake stow a half, which is the most we can do with that sort of. I think I've left it too late. But that's fine though. Like I say, we're going to track outbound, and we've got plenty of time to get to our approach altitude, which for an ILS 5 right approach, you start the approach from 3,000 feet. So what I can actually do is just go straight to 3,000. We're going to come thundering in, but we'll say it's early morning, so, you know, there's not many arrivals yet, basically. Because it's about, I think, 8 or 9 a.m. in game time. Yeah, it's like 10:30 in the morning, so you get waves of approaches, basically, at airports. So you find all the aircraft sort of based will leave about 5 in the morning, then come back at about 9, then go back out at about 10, come back out at about 2, come back in at about 4 or 5, and so on. And obviously you get abnormalities to that, but that's generally what you find. Is you get sort of first wave departure, second wave departure. That's nice. I love like a nice sort of fluffy cloud base like that. Or fluffy layer of clouds, I should say. So not cloud base, it's a layer of clouds. I also think looking out the window, we've dropped into the flat areas of Lancashire now, which is great. Or the flatter areas of Greater Manchester, I should say, even. So yeah, we are currently, I'm trying to figure out where we are actually, but I can't figure out how to exit the chart view on this. That's how you do it. We are currently overhead the wonderful town of Ramsbottom. Yeah, over flat land really now. We're dropping around sort of the north side of Manchester really. So sort of Bolton is just going to go under the nose on the right hand side. So it's, yeah, just sort of north of Manchester. And we're just going to fly our little rival there. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm going to get to 3,000 and we'll drop the airspeed right back down and just let it thingy. So there you go. Like I say, we'll just let the aircraft fly itself. I'm going to attempt to fly the landing. But you know, now that we've got the stuff set up here, yeah. What I may do is I may take this out on a heading select on sort of about a 210, just to reduce the angle there, because it's quite an acute little point. So we'll roll outbound. You know, you'd normally get radar vectored around this part of the approach anyway, I suspect. And what I'll do is I'll put my air brake away, and then arm it for the approach. We are approaching 3,000 feet anyway. So we are alt capturing at the moment. There you go, you're over Manchester. That'll probably be Barton Aerodrome down there. We should have a MACCO, so Macosim, I think. Is Manchester in? I'm not too sure because I don't know how to say their name. I'll bring my SV back to 210 knots now. 210 knots. And what I'll do, because we're just gonna think, I'm gonna go and put a first stage of flap in, which is fine, and it'll just be enough to help that speed come down, but also us to thingy. So can I do my approach brakes? Yeah, apparently I can't. Apparently as soon as I do them, they're just thingy off. Interesting. So we've got about 5 degrees of alpha there, which is a bit steeper than I'd like, but it'll be fine. So we're just nice and slowed down. I'll probably do a turn at 180 knots on base lag, and then 160 to the turn there. Like I said, we're not too strained here. Continuous relight is now on as we're in the approach sequence, which is good. Like I said, don't know why the auto brakes aren't working, but we've got that taken into account. We're an incredibly light aircraft and an incredibly long runway. So just use the reverses to slow us off, and then do some taps on the brakes to finish that off. Whew! Sorry, I'm just like thingy speed talking here. Anyway, so 210 knots. It's, yeah. I like how the reduced visibility works. To be honest, looking into the sun, it's a little bit iffy, I think, but overall, pretty pleased with it. Wait, what's that below us? See, this is the cool thing about having... oh look, a disused airfield. This is the cool thing about having the... you know, satellite scenery, is you can see airfields. Like there's so Yorkshire, I think specifically, has so many disused World War II airfields. We'll turn our landing lights on now, as we are getting into the sort of sequence. And we'll just say, you know, we're not been cleared yet, but, you know, we're just going to do it because why not? I'm not doing air traffic control simulations here, so, yeah. Right, 210 knots, perfect. So, what I'll do now is I'm going to drop our speed to 180. We are, what are we looking like for, 145 knots landing speed we've said. Centre point, doesn't actually give us a range, does there, 5.6. I'm probably going to start our turn at 5 exactly. Flap 2. And we'll leave the flaps there for now. That's going to hopefully drop our nose down for us as the flaps extend. There we go. So now that we're at 5 miles, 4.9, we'll start our turn onto the onto base. About 170, be absolutely fine. Thing is, you don't start dropping down until... Bear with me. I'm going to do my approach flights again. That's 5 right. Yeah, you start your descent at 11 miles to the Manchester VOR. We are at 11.8, so actually it's going to be straight into a drop there, isn't it, really? Cool, noted. And then what we'll do is we'll go and we'll just... I wish I could zoom this in a little more, but we'll be fine. Yeah, I think it's the FI point, final approach fix. Actually, so it's 8.7 miles we descend at, so it's absolutely fine. We've got plenty of space. We're on a 12-mile final at the moment, so don't want to slow any more than this right now. And what we'll do is we'll arm the land mode. We'll arm Vorlock. Well, we'll arm land mode, which is great. So that's going to be the approach mode is now pre-armed for us. And then we'll start our turn onto the last 100 degrees on a 052. So there's times I'll do a really fast approach and I'll be sort of hitting this point at 180 knots. But it's just because I'm not particularly experienced on type, I'd much prefer to take this one nice and slow. VOR lock, clock star, so we're capturing the localizer already. We've actually gone through the extended center line, but we've got plenty of time to recover. And then the glide path, as soon as that comes in, will be set. So there you have it. So yeah, you can see we've basically gone through the center line, but during our turn, so we'll be fine. What I'll do is, now that we're here, I'm going to put us to 160 knots, which is not that much above approach speed. And that way, yeah, so looking at our TCAS, we've got an aircraft ahead, 4,800 above. That's fine. What we can do is, now that we're descending for approach, we're just gonna pull. Yeah, so we've got the speed bug there, which is great. Yeah, so we're going to be, as soon as we start the descent, I'll go full flap and gear down. Actually, we're only on flap 3, aren't we? So, yeah, that'll be fine. So, descend beginning, so the gear comes down. And I'll take flap 3, there we go. So the nose will come down a bit more. And then should be descending on profile. Yeah, there you go, the aircraft's starting to follow the glide path now. So I'll reduce our airspeed to 145 knots, which will be our landing speed. So basically, just the aircraft will go to a reduced power setting whilst the speed falls away. You guys following so far? Good. I'm not. And mainly, you've got to be in front of the plane, man. You've got to know where you're going, what you're doing, all that kind of stuff. So on a 4-mile final, we should be at 1,510 feet. Yeah, oh god, this thing's not particularly great following approach path by the looks of things. I mean, I tried to give it the best approach I could, so we'll see what happens. So as soon as we drop out of the cloud and we sight the runway, I'll take the aeroplane over. Oh, there you go, there's the runway. So like I said, give it till 500 feet, we'll see what it does. We've got power off, 145 knots. We're now within a diamond, so within the tolerance of what I'm happy for. 2 whites, 2 reds on the pappies, which is particularly good. Nose comes up, it's going to come a bit sharper because the speed needs to decay. But that's absolutely great. Absolutely love the way this game looks now. Feels a bit strange. I think it's the foliage. Feels like I think there's a bit too much, too many evergreen trees, for lack of a better term. But apart from that, no, I enjoy this thing. I really do. Oh, this sim, sorry. And this is my first sort of try at a study level airliner. Once I get more comfortable with it, I could definitely see myself getting to a point of being really comfortable, and you know, being able to do VATS in flights with this and stuff. But for now, it's just, yeah, it's a bit much basically. But look at that. That is the nose is in a really good place. We're running a little bit fast, but you can see the nose is at a point that I can see the approach really well. We've actually got a tailwind component of 4 knots, which won't help us with the rollout, but honestly 4 knots is barely noticeable. So I'll switch to taxi plates now for the airport, and then I can just take over full control of the approach. So what I'm going to do is, we said 700 feet I was going to take over. So Emily has full control. Emily isn't touching anything to minimise the risk of upsetting the aircraft, because the sim of course returns your perfectly trimmed, perfectly happy. Yep, continue approach and landing. Whoa, bit of rudder issues.
Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps.
No, we're on landing flap.
Flaps.
Disregard, continue approach.
Too low, flaps. 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 Too low, flaps.
No touchdowns on this runway, interestingly.
Too low, flaps.
So this is all reverses, not touched the toe brakes yet. We'll do them now. 80 knots, thrust idle. Haven't got a free hand to do anything about the AFS, I do apologise. There we go, take a high speed turn off. This way you have a co-pilot pressing buttons for you, but like I say, I'm solo in the aircraft, so yeah. You can see the windsock on the ground's fairly flaccid. So it, you know, although we landed with this tight tailwind component, there's nothing to write home about. So I'm just going to stay on the toe brakes, do that. There we go. So that shuts that up for now. We'll turn our landing lights to off, to taxi lights, to strobe lights. So strobe lights off, come on. Come on. Off. Everything else stays as thingied. Oh, and TCAS goes to transponder mode for now. So we are going to cross over the 5 left here. So you can see the runway that we're on, sorry. If, I do apologise that the reverses are unlocked. There we go. What I can actually do is do that and then... So again, we'll just turn in. We know people will be landing from that direction. No aircraft over there either, great. So we'll just stay on the toe brakes. There we go. And that's the airport viewing park there. I've been there a few times. It's a good place to visit. It's difficult to get to if you don't have a car, but it's a good place to visit. And what we'll do is we're going to taxi all in the remote parkings here, as this aircraft's not going to be used until later in the day. Actually, no, we'll go to one of the stands. Why not, I have actually flown out to Manchester. It's an interesting little airport. Well, it's not a little airport, is it? But it's an interesting airport, we'll say that much about it. So, flight directors off. To nav mode. Now, how do I turn my APU on this thing? not even thought about that one yet. Hydraulic power. No idea. So I'm gonna. Oh no, there it is. So APU master switch on. APU start. APU. No, okay. APU start that way. There we go. That'll start APU up hopefully. And what we'll do is we're gonna. We'll probably should have turned back there, but we'll just hang the next turn basically. So there you have it. So yeah, welcome to Manchester. Overall, wow, what a trip, right? That was a lot of pressure, I felt like. That was, as well, for the fact that, you know, we did that without any cuts and stuff. That was good. Bear in mind, I've done very little prep for this aircraft. I don't know how to fly this thing properly. I've just sort of done my best. I'm going to slot in next to that Easy in front of us. So the, Easy with an Air Transat in, we'll go next to one of our brethren. Because I think I was sort of trying to vaguely emulate a combination of Air Transat at Newcastle and a combination of, you know, for example, Thompson. I think there's a in the summer they do an empty Dreamliner flight from that goes from Newcastle down to either Manchester or Birmingham. Well, no, there's one that comes in from Birmingham, so it'll probably go out to Manchester. I don't want reverses, please, and thank you. I'm definitely going to check my control bindings because I'm not happy that this throttle can go into reverses without me, you know, having it click into a detent. Yeah, so the Air Transat. It's an A330, but we'll go park next to him just for illustrative purposes. There you have it. So yeah, like I said, we took off in the dusk. We're landing in the daytime. And we are, of course, at Manchester Ringway Airport, or Manchester International Airport, depending on who you choose to believe on the matter. Well, yeah. Interesting, that flight took about 20 minutes. There used to be a direct train service to Manchester Airport from Newcastle. That would take about 3 hours. But there you go. So Air Transat, there you go. We'll go next to them. I'll probably go like this one here, so it'll be like two separated kind of thing, just for wingtip clearance here. As I don't actually have GSX installed. Oh, no, it'll be this line here for our nose. Put up the throttles just to give us a bit more energy. And then we'll just go to an external camera. Oh crap, we're not taking our speed brakes then. Actually, we are in. Yeah, we'll just take this spot here. So, toe brakes are depressed. Got the cockpit camera. We'll disarm our air brakes. Set our park brakes. And hopefully, yeah, it says available. So I should be able to do 1, 2. 30-minute flight exactly. 1 landing, no takeoffs apparently. There you go. We'll continue really quickly just so I can talk to you guys a little bit more about the aircraft. But wow, what a trip that was, eh? That the, you know, for the full length sort of sortie there, that was great. I really enjoyed that flight. I hope you guys did too. It's a bit more, yeah, just under an hour long video, so perfect length really for a flight sim flight. But yeah, what a flight. So let's hop into the cockpit, shut everything off, and we'll bid you guys bienvenue. Like I say, I think it's quite nice that we're next to one of our brethren in an A330 there. So I've gone flaps up because I don't think I retracted them after landing. Again, that's why you have a co-pilot, bluntly. So beacon light goes off, that goes off. AP is going to stay on for now, just for simplicity. There you go. And what we'll do is we've got the external camera. Connect the jet bridge, please. Okay, they'll connect the air bridge when they're good and ready. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Like I say, what a flight that was, eh? Lovely little aeroplane, the A310. Not very little, but it's an aeroplane, and it's lovely. So, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time. Bye for now.